Hello everyone, and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts tarot video. You're more than welcome to join me on my YouTube channel. It feels like ages since I did it, but I know I only did one last week. But today I just thought I'd dress up a little bit more and get myself in the energy a little bit more. So I'm just feeling really good about this read today. So I'm going to be using some tarot. I read for entertainment purposes, but generally just to pick up what the energy is of the week in the hope that it helps you. I know I have some regular watchers out there, so thank you for watching. I don't know, I'm struggling to say that. Thank you for watching and for being a part of the YouTube channel, because without you watching, it doesn't really matter, does it? The whole point is that this information gets across to you. There is a subscribe button which you can hit, which would really help. I'm trying to just build a bit of a community and a bit of following for the videos, just to get the videos out so it might reach somebody who needs to hear one of these messages. I did a lovely tarot reading for a client at the Yoga Rocks studio here in North London on Sunday, and it was just really interesting seeing what cards come up and how it resonates with her, and just, you know, the things that I was saying, and she's going, yeah, absolutely, that totally makes sense. So hopefully some of this will make sense to you in your life, and you'll be able to pick up some advice from it. Currently I'm just burning some incense. I've just got some candles lit as well, and the incense I chose today is sandalwood, and I love the smell of sandalwood incense. And then I thought I'd just go, because I'm very much into subtle aromatherapy. So aromatherapy is great for massage and treatment, etc., like on the skin, so absorption in the body physically. But I really enjoy the olfaction, so the smelling of the oil, so the molecules actually go directly into the limbic system in the brain. So the psychological and spiritual aspects of scent I really love. So I thought I'd just read a little bit about sandalwood to you. There's lots of different ways you can get hold of sandalwood and use it as an incense, or sandalwood essential oil. And if you want, you can just put a drop onto a piece of cotton or a tissue and just put it on a radiator, and that'll just vaporize that scent into the air as well. So I am reading it from one of my old aromatherapy books. I have October 1998 written on this one. My goodness, that was when I was doing my degree in aromatherapy. And this is Aromatherapy for Healing the Spirit by Gabriel Moget. So it's a really nice book. The lavender fields there, a bit like the lavender path where I work out of sometimes. Beautiful. And this section, I'm not sure if you can see that, is sandalwood, and it's got a couple of pages. So three main words that they focus on with sandalwood are stillness, unity, and being. Now it gives a lot of the information on what sandalwood is good for, etc, etc, etc. Oh, interesting. So I'm just looking at this and being drawn to that it's used in the Buddhist temples, in Hindu temples, Ayurvedic tradition, Tibetan tradition, Chinese medicine. As a funeral herb, it is used to anoint and embalm the dead, to carry the soul to the next life. Well, of course, I'm going to enjoy sandalwood, right? And for the yogi, it's believed to encourage the meditative state and to enhance the devotion to God. So I do find that it kind of brings you into that prayerful state. I love frankincense as well. I burn frankincense quite a lot, and sage and other things. Now, if we go to its subtle properties, it's used as an aid to meditation, prayer, and spiritual practice. Its divinely sweet, soft, balsamic base note characteristics evoke the earth element, which is the red color, so earth. And at its most sensual, yet deeply tranquil. So it's clarifying and stilling the mind, refreshes an overheated body, so maybe good for menopause, Sandalwood oil reconnects us to our primordial sense of being, diminishing the tyranny of the intellect, so the mind can run away with itself and control us, of the incessant need to overthink. It instills in its place an experience of inner unity, a state where mind, body and spirit can realign as one. So again, that's realignment. That seems to be the message that's coming through big time. Now that Pluto has moved into Aquarius, for the next 20 years, this is a period of massive change for the planet, for humanity. So much is going to be absolutely, completely different in 20 years' time. So there's going to be this wealth of new life, of new ways of living, of new things coming into our life. So in 20 years, life is going to be very, very, very different. So we need to be steady. We need to be able to align with ourselves, our true selves. And that's the purpose of spiritual development and awareness, is you have to get that. It's kind of like a key in a lock. You have to get that so you know where you are and you're steady. While the world is chaotic, you can remain steady. Doesn't mean you're not involved in the world. It doesn't mean that you're not doing things, but it just means that you have this internal metronome that you can return to. Because if you get upset and if your mind goes crazy and you get involved in all the drama like everybody else, then you're of no benefit. You're much more benefit when you can sit back, remain tempered, and then make decisions from that point of view, because you are open to guidance. There's this pull forward into the mind and the drama, and the kind of the meditator will understand that when you pull back and into yourself and into your back, then you have the power. Okay? I'm just going to see if there's anything else here that it wants me to read. There is a paradox, of course, of sandalwood, that while it encourages states of higher consciousness, it does so not through any sort of otherworldly effect, but by bringing us back to our essential self, to a more immediate awareness of the palpable life itself. It's indicated for excessive worry and for worldly over-attachment. So it's that world of 10,000 things. Too involved in the world and not aware of your own energy, your own life force, and what that is and what that needs and how that is expressed. Whenever we overinvest in seeing specific outcomes to our efforts, especially out of a neurotic need for security, sandalwood oil helps to re-establish an acceptance of reality as it is. By quelling the mind as an incessant tool of analysis and expectation, sandalwood actually frees it as a creative source, always present in the here and now. It is perhaps for this reason that it has been associated in terms of symbolism with the tarot. Oh my God, I didn't know it said that. I mean, I've read this book 1,001 times over and over again, but I'm not going to remember every sentence. I can't believe it just said that. That's crazy. It is perhaps for this reason that it has been associated in terms of the symbolism of the tarot with the Empress. Okay, of the tarot with the Empress, so the Empress card. That would be interesting if the Empress card comes up. But in fact, today I wanted to read from the Mother Mary deck, which is red as well. So that has that mother energy, that nurturing energy. With the Empress, the universal womb in which all manifestation is gestated, and the great mother of ideas, Mother Mary, the great mother. Wow, sandalwood. There's always a reason, there's always connection, and I love that. I love when you get connections and it just brings it all together. This happens a lot with any group work that we do, or if I'm helping people with channeling abilities, when we're all kind of getting different things and then we all input these bits and pieces, and then we get these little connections. And sometimes, like when you're channeling and you get a being or an entity or an energy or whatever you want to call it, come through, you might say, okay, I need confirmation, was that you? And then throughout that day, or even a couple of days, you'll get a flash of information from this place and that place and that place with this person, showing evidence that it's them. And that's like, oh my God, confirmation. So I love when we get confirmations, and that was just the most beautiful confirmation. So we're going to just start with the tarot today. Sometimes I change it up, but today I think we'll go with the tarot, which again is the red. A lot of red energy, a lot of base work going on today. I've actually painted my nails red. So that's very much the base chakra. That's very much your foundation. That's where you start your work. You're grounded to the earth energy, and a need to ground as we move into this age of Aquarius. Aquarius is about the mind and about the higher consciousness and about AI and about this kind of evolution and moving into the galactic center and bringing forward our galactic neighbors for communication, talking, connection, intellect, intelligence, that higher mind. But it can be downloading that information as well, and a need to ground it. So while we have all this sort of air-like quality, air energy, which can be flighty and ungrounded and busy and it's like untethered in a way, there needs to be some element of grounding, some physicality, which could be yoga, could be cooking, could be painting, could be even just redecorating or organizing. It's some physicality that would be good for air signs is coming through. So to take up even a sport like running or walking is good, but some active thing that you can do to help ground, especially for those air signs out there, because they can be very in the mind, in the chatter, in the thinking. So like sandalwood, something like sandalwood, to ground you to the earth, to ground that overthinking, to give yourself a break sometimes. And it's not your fault that you might be overthinking, but it's almost that you need to understand about the balance, and that a little bit of grounding to come in will actually help clear your thinking, will help you have a practice that you can do. So certainly yoga, Tai Chi and Qigong, obviously my favourites. But yoga, even Pilates, I do Pilates, something like that might help. Cooking and gardening, getting out in the garden, just planting some plants, sowing some seeds, connecting with nature, actually getting out and grounding your feet, bare feet on the ground for about 40 minutes does so much good to your body, you've no idea. You don't even have to put bare feet on the ground. You can put your palms on the ground and receive that, again, the earth energy, the ground energy, the earth. So there's a lot of balancing that air with earth. So we'll see what the tarot says to us and see what messages it has and it's going to bring through. So tarot, what would you like us to know for this week? So it's Tuesday, 23rd of January. I hope you've had a good January so far. There's been a few storms here in the UK. I know Ireland has been hit as well, quite badly. So sending love out to everyone who's been affected, and I hope you've all got your power back on. And there's been flooding and stuff, which is awful. But you're going to see more of that as well, because the Aquarian age is about the water as well. So there's going to be a lot of new information about the water. And there may be a lot of earth activity, as in flooding, as in possibly more earthquakes as well, that type of thing. So just to be mindful of where you live and the preparations that you can do for that. Okay, so I'm not getting any jumpers, so I'm just going to split the pack, which is fine. And then we'll just take 4 off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the underlying theme is the Ace of Swords. So swords being air. So this is the Ace, so it's the most powerful air. This is a new idea. This is new information. This is downloading from the highest vibrations, downloading information from God, downloading messages. So this is this new Aquarian age. This is this higher intelligence. This is AI. This is taking what we know and intellectualizing our systems, going with the AI systems and really and needing, like I'm seeing the hand here holding it, so there is a need to have some control over that, because the AI could run away with itself and completely shift our world in ways that we don't want it to go. So I'm seeing the hand here as a need to control that, so a need to balance it, a need to maintain some sort of structure as we move down that path. Again, it's that grounding, that holding the energy, because the air is like wind, so it can just go. So we need to hold it, we need to control it, we need to ground it and direct it. And that needs to be a focus as well as we move into this age. So this is the ground, the underlying energy is about this Aquarian age, I would say. Okay. So our first card today, our first card is the Tower. So the Tower in its briefest understanding is change. Big change is happening. Now, we can look at it and see that there's a great deal of destruction here. That there are people who are falling out of this tower. The tower is in flames. And there is lightning here. Now, recently, during the storms, I understand that back home in Ireland, 3 homes had been hit by lightning. 3 homes have been struck by lightning during the storms. So in a sense, there is this powerful electric current coming in and causing destruction. But you might see that spiritually as this powerful spiritual energy coming in, causing this change. There's a need for this tower to fall. There is a need for everything that has been built before to fall, to break down. And if you imagine that we are moving into the Aquarian age, then everything that we have, everything that we know is about to collapse. It is collapsing and we are having to let go of it. We cannot hold on to the old structures anymore. We cannot hold on to what has been built. It is no longer suiting us. It is no longer suitable. It is no longer beneficial to us. The seas are stormy here, so there's a lot of emotion, a lot of power coming in to cause this to fall. So the energies behind this are intense. So we would say intense energy of change. It can mean something like eviction, someone leaving a home, someone moving out of a home, someone moving into a different home. But generally what it means is the whole thing must collapse in order to rebuild. So it's not just, oh my God, everything's falling apart. Everything is falling apart because we need to start again. We need to rebuild from the foundations up. We need to have new bricks, you might say. So there's something wrong with the structure, so it's going to collapse, and then we need to start again and rebuild so it's better, so it suits us, so it can last a lifetime, so it can house us better. So some energy, possibly around your home, possibly around some issue in life, which is having some restructuring done to it. But this is a big change. This is the hand of spirit coming in to shift something in your life. And it will get better. You can rebuild this new tower and it will have a different aspect to it. But currently it is saying, which might be this new age that is getting rid of everything that we know and bringing us new things, and we're having to start from here and learn a whole new way of life. The old buildings won't work anymore. The old structures, the old institutions won't work anymore. The old thinking won't work anymore. This is a major arcana card, so this is quite a big deal. Okay? And you also, when I'm just talking about the houses that were hit by lightning, there was also lots of flooding, and it's stormy. So it's almost like it's reflecting the energy, it's reflecting the weather. So there is something in the weather that is a message as well, that change is being initiated. And then we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is often an Aries. He's someone who's lived a great deal of life and has gained a lot of wisdom. He has gone through various lessons and gained intuition and wisdom, and he has that intellectual connection to spirit where he is able to commune with his higher ideals. But he's also connected to the earth. He's very grounded. He's very rooted. He's very structured. There's transformation in this card. There's the eagle here, so that is the higher spirit energy coming in. He's wearing purple, which is spirit energy. He's also robed in red, which is the earth energy again. So very much grounded, very much foundational. He can be, like a father figure, an older person, a wiser person, knowledgeable. And he's the kind of guy who could be a mentor to you, a guide. So he comes in to give you some information and to help you. And this is the kind of advice that you might want to take. So whoever it is that's in your life who is able to dispense some advice, take that advice. It could be a father, it could be an uncle, it could just be someone that you know who's mature and has lived and has done various different aspects of things and is able to give his point of view. And it's the kind of advice that you may want to follow. So it's a very strong card. Again, it's a major arcana. So strength will be needed during these times of change. Wisdom will be needed during these times of change. An acceptance of what's going on in the intellect, what's going on in the world, what's going on, but grounding it. What are my steps? What advice do I need? What's my next port of call? And he is the type of energy which can help with that. You can rely on the Emperor. You can trust the Emperor. Yeah, I'm just getting wisdom, and not in a harsh way. He's actually got quite a soft face there. So he's just willing to share what he knows, basically. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles can point to, well, it's obviously money. You can see he's holding on to his money quite strongly here. He's sitting on 3 coins, which he has in his box. What do you call this? A trunk. Yeah, a trunk. So it kind of says that, yes, there's a certain amount of money that you might have, but you can be miserly with the money. You can be holding on to the money quite a deal. You can be unwilling to let go of the money. You can be afraid to let go of the money. But also there might be that other people are desiring money off you, desiring to take something from you, or asking you for money in a loan or some such. And we don't always have to give to those individuals. We have to make sure we're okay first. So there might be something draining your finances. There might be something that you feel is taking from you financially. And you might need to rebalance that. You might need to look at that. You certainly have money. You certainly have gained quite a bit through work. But there's just a requirement to be more conscious of where your money goes. You don't always have to say yes. You can say no. It's also maybe to do with investment. He's got the community behind him as well, the little town here. So there might be a desire to invest some money or to spend a little. So you're sitting on the rest of it, but you're working with this coin. You might decide to do something with this coin. You might have a little bit of money to play with or to risk in some way. But it can be miserly, so it can be someone who's unwilling to share any of their money, someone who's very frugal and who doesn't want to spend at all. And money needs to be circulated, so money needs income. It needs to be moved to grow. What is it they say? Invest. What is that saying? Invest to succeed. No, what is it? I can't remember what it is. But like, you must spend a little to gain some money back. For example, I will have an event and I'll have to rent a space. And so I'm spending money on renting the space and on doing the work and on advertising and on getting the bits and bobs that I have and setting it up and planning and practicing, etc., etc. So that's a lot of money and investment into that area. But then someone will come along and they'll make a contribution, like a small contribution, but they'll make one. And that means that it kind of cycles that money. It makes that money move, and they'll receive something for their investment, and I will have received something back for my investment. So it's about learning that sometimes you want to hold on to it and you can be fearful of letting it go. But if you understand that just sharing it out a little in a particular way means that it may come back. It's like Dragon's Den, isn't it? It's like the investor process. They have to put money in to help something grow in order for it to come good again. So if you've got any ideas, like business ideas, that might be happening, and you might be thinking about, should I put my money in that? Should I invest in that? Should I dedicate some of my funds to that? So there's a few different meanings of this. But looking at the other cards, it may be that there's this massive change coming in. You will be, creaky chair. You will be guided with what to do. Money is important to the Emperor as well. So an Aries, money is very important to an Aries because it's that earth energy. It's that foundation. So it's building the foundation. That base chakra is your foundation, your wealth, your home, your family. So there's something about that consciousness of the coins here are in a red box. So it's that earth energy, that stability. So a desire for stability and maybe a reluctance to spend too much because you want to feel that stability. So let's see what the resulting card is. Ooh. So then we have the Six of Pentacles. Look at that. So the Six of Pentacles points to getting money. So maybe it is that you have to spend a little and buy a lottery ticket and win something. This can be an inheritance. It can be investment money back. It can be a win, a lottery win. It can be money that you weren't expecting comes to you. And it needs you to be able to receive it. So they are there and they're receiving this money. So there is an element of thinking that, oh yes, I want all of this money. It's good to figure out what you're going to do with it as well. But if that money arrived and you saw £300,000 was due to you, part of you most likely would go, oh my God, but maybe I'm not deserving of that, or that can't be right, or really, when there's so many people without money. I mean, those are my thoughts. And so you have to kind of get out of the way of that, and you have to let yourself receive, because then you can invest. Then you can do more with what you have. You can then become this person who helps people. So there is that cycle that you must see, that by receiving money and by getting yourself to a better position, then you're able to help somebody else. So he's also got a little balancing scales there. So whatever money is coming in, it's bringing balance to the situation. So this might be a financial thing. So there's the destruction, the fall, the collapse, the need for advice, holding on to your money, not sure if you should spend it, maybe take a risk on it. People are asking you for money. And maybe this is you deciding to give a little to somebody. Maybe, they were asking and you've decided to give, to bring balance into someone's life. You've decided to help someone. Or it may mean that somewhere that whatever financial issue is happening is that there is balance coming to the situation in a financial way. Okay, so hold on. Let's look at this just briefly for a situation I know of. So, collapse of the home, collapse of the house, needing to break down the house, nothing there anymore. It's clearing, everybody's out, everyone's left, and it's what happens to this. So it's kind of, what happens to the home, what happens to the bricks and mortar, what happens to the empty vessel, because, things have been removed from it. It's just an empty shell, everyone's gone. It's basically the end of this home for this Emperor, for this Aries, for this man of wisdom, for this older gentleman who has lived a life and has gained a lot of experience. So it's about what guidance and what advice is good for this person moving forward regards to this situation. So he may have to spend a little of his money during this investigation. He may need to give a little bit of money to receive more back. He may need to invest a little. It may be something to do with other people trying to take money from him or trying to take what's rightfully his. He's holding on to it, so it's rightfully his. And then you've got the advice, the end, which is that he will be able to receive, because this card is about the money coming to you. So the money will come, the money will be paid back to balance out this situation. So there is financial reward in some way here. And with the Aquarian age, we went from destruction to advice for the new way, earthing all that new information, to rebuilding, to reinvestment, to understanding that we need to circulate what we have. So as we move into the new Aquarian age, there may be a requirement to money's going to be different, money's going to change. In the new Aquarian age, will we have a coin? Because we're going cashless. The banks are turning us into changing our bank accounts, and they'll be doing these coins, these what are they called? You know what I mean, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, CDCs, is that what they call them? And then they'll be controlling how we spend our money. They'll be controlling what we do with our money. So there's a part of humanity which wants to hold on to its money, hold on to its cash, hold on to all the savings that you've created, right? So there's a concern about your cash, a concern about what you've worked on, what you've built, what you've created financially. And this could be it. This could be that your money will be controlled by somebody and will be handed out to you as and when they see fit. So there's going to be financial implications to this new age that we move into. The cashless society means that, we will have nothing. What is it they say? You will have nothing and you will be happy. So we will have nothing and we will be receiving a little bit from the money lender, let's say. Or perhaps it's saying we still need to have cash. We still need to be able to move money to those who are less fortunate than us. We still need to be able to barter. We need to be able to give and receive. to maintain some sort of balance, to maintain some sort of harmony. 6 is a harmonious number. So those are very interesting elements to begin with. And there's a few different focuses within that that I've explained and gone through. But certainly when you look at the Aquarian age as the backdrop, that's not where I thought today's cards were going to go. But that's very, very interesting. And as I said with the Tower, it's like the collapsing of the structures, the collapsing of the institutions, which the bank, your money. And the Emperor is all about money and wealth. So I'm just going to Archangel Michael now. Well, he's given us quite a few cards. Okay, I'll take those 4. Oh, I love this in the back. Guarded and protected. So the first one, I don't know what the last one is yet. The first one is take your time making this decision. Okay, I love Archangel Michael cards. And it says, Archangel Michael, please help me stay strong and relaxed as I approach this situation. Remind me to detach and step back, allowing the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. So again, like I was saying, when all this stuff is happening, there needs to be a way to kind of come back to your center. So detach, it's a great word, detach from what's going on. It'll still carry on, but you find a place where you can detach, find your center again. So then your decision making is clearer. So then you're receiving more information, so you're able to make better decisions. And it says the next card, your situation is already resolved. Lovely as well. Look at those wings. And this one says, he's just holding that child and sweeping that child off to security. Isn't that lovely? It says, I give any worries, cares and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this, whatever your situation is, in a divinely perfect way. So ask for help from Archangel Michael and give any worries, concerns, because you may have these financial worries, concerns, to Archangel Michael. Say, Archangel Michael, help me out with these worries about this finance, about the breakdown of this home, this institution. What should I do with my money? What am I going to do financially? Where can I go for financial help? Ask Archangel Michael to direct you, to put things in front of you. So you walk out of the house and you get this sign, you get this information. Someone calls you and they give you a piece of information. Ask for the help with regards to your worries and concerns, because it is resolved. He will have fixed it for you. You just have to go through, maneuver yourself in a way that you get the information. But Archangel Michael is very direct and he's very clear. So there should be no mistake about what he's doing for you. He's a great archangel with regards to courage, bravery, strength, and confidence, I'm getting. But there was another word. Oh, he's, very protective. Very protective. He's a real protector. And then it says it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. So this is always an interesting card. It can come up quite a lot. You can see it's quite a powerful card. It's got the sword and the flame. So it's like a real statement. And it says, Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. So it can be to do with health, it can be to do with relationships, it can be to do with environment, it can be to do with work. So what is it that you need to change? Where in your life is something unhealthy affecting you? So it can be toxicity in a multitude of ways. In your food, in your relationships, in your home environment, in your work environment, in your country environment. There can be toxic, negative, unhealthy, unhelpful energy, and it's time to move away from that. And it's good because it flips it. It says, what do I need to focus on more closely right now? So it's like not saying, what do I need to look at? That's the worst thing. It's saying almost like, stop looking at that. What do I need to focus on? What's a better thing to focus on? And then, thank you for letting me hear you. As I say, he's very direct. So he will make his presence known. And the last one, which I don't know what is the person you're asking about is trustworthy. And this is really nice. So if there is someone that you had a query on, you see that properly? There. If there is someone that you had a query on, or that you're sort of unsure of, it's telling you that this person is trustworthy. So it says, thank you for helping me have faith so I can open my heart wider in my relationships. I'm grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in my life. And so there are sometimes, like, these two kind of go together quite well. Sometimes you have to move away from an unhealthy situation to make sure that you're moving towards more trustworthy people. So there is a need to realize that you can't trust everyone, and that there is a lot of deceit, perhaps, in your life. And as you move away from that and clear that from your energy and focus on better things, then you're drawing that better energy to you. You're drawing that rainbow energy. You can see the rainbow here in the card. So you're drawing that rainbow, that clarity, that purity, that trustworthiness to you. So that's important. And that could be the advice from the mentor as well. I was going to do Mother Mary, so let's do a Mother Mary card. Do you like the plaits? What do you think of the plaits? I didn't draw my hair yet, so I just thought I'd stick it in plaits and see how it goes. I was wondering, generally if I do plaits, it's usually because there's a Native American around. And I'll probably channel him at some point. I will be doing a channel after this, which will be up on YouTube. So it's either a channel from my spirit team, or it is a little bit of mediumship, just to see if there's anyone in the room that wants to come forward. I've been doing a bit of mediumship recently and have had some famous superstars. They're all lining up to come and greet you and meet you and share a little bit of wisdom with you. That's the idea. It's very short and sweet. But just gives you an idea of how mediumship comes through for me. Obviously everybody is, that's the thing with channeling and mediumship and everything, everyone's their own filter. So things will come through me in a particular way, or I'll present myself in a particular way, and someone else might do it slightly different, someone else might do it slightly different, but I can only do it in the way that I do it. And I hope I bring it forward in quite a natural, easy, relaxed way, where I'm not too like dramatically into, people can be quite dramatic in how they bring things forward, and I know some of that happens, because it can happen where you are physically moved and changed, but it tends to happen for me in quite a natural way. So when energies are in the room, I tend to just, I'm aware of you, I'm aware of you, and it's not scary, it's not intrusive, it's not frightening, it's just, are you there? Someone there? And because I'd be seeing people, and in this space I kind of open up to that. So we've just had a card come out. In this space I kind of open up to that, and it's nice, it's lovely. Like, this is part of the Aquarian age as well. We're moving into a period where you're all going to be tuning in, you're all going to be becoming more aware of your intuition, you'll become more aware of your insights, you'll become more aware of your abilities. It's not just for so-called psychic people, This is everyone. Everyone is beginning to tune in at a higher vibration. It's because the energy of the earth is changing, because the energy of the galaxy, the Milky Way, the universe is changing, because this influx of light, diamond light, and because we are moving to a different part of the galaxy as well. So we are now moving much more into what's called the photon belt. We also have this planetary change, Pluto in Aquarius, massive changes, and again, everybody's going to be waking up. So many of us have known for a long time that certain institutions and powers that be have had control and have had a way of manipulating society, communities, individuals. That too, it's time for that to end. Because we're moving into a higher vibration, and because we will be connecting with our galactic neighbours much more, it is time that tower falls. So be aware that this change is coming for you too. Okay. Oh, I think we had this. Did we have this before? I think we had this before. So this is Our Lady of the Sacred Sun. And I love these cards. They're just so beautiful. They're just so original. I love the way she's painted them. And again, the red in this card. And, you know, Eastern iconography always has the mother in red. So earthing her, bringing her that sacred passion and that sacred sensuality, but also that sacred earthiness. You know, red is a sacred colour. Beautiful. So I'm going to read from the book because I think it's to do with our divine masculine and embracing divine masculine as well as our divine feminine. And so there are many who are embracing their divine feminine right now. But we need balance. We need to balance both. So we all have both within us. We all have masculine and feminine. We all have the same hormones, different measures of the hormones. So we are all, you know, one and the same, except the expression in the hormone range brings up a different physicality, you might say. But when we talk about the masculine energy, we're talking much more, I think it's about saying no as well. Because, you know, girls and women are taught to be nice and be good and say yes and, you know, don't be too much and, you know, always be available or always be cordial or always be, you know, receptive and willing to help. And, you know, sometimes you just want to say, no, not right now. No, don't speak to me like that. No, I'm not doing it. And to embrace that, to embrace the no. I hope that's what it says now. So, I'll hold the card up for you there. So, my beloved Son, my Christ, lives in your hearts, for you are the sons and daughters of love. This Christ is a consciousness of love that belongs to every human soul and will awaken in those that are ready to receive it now through my grace. Just as I birthed the Christ child through love, so too will you birth enlightened divine masculine energy through the love and power of the divine feminine now. This is your time for sacred birth. The divine Christ lives in the hearts of men and women as divine love and passionate service of the divine light, irrespective of religious persuasion. The divine light is in whatever form we believe it to be, whether it be Allah, or God, or Krishna, or Shiva, or a guru, or the universe, or anything else for that matter. Provided that it is love that you are serving, then the Christ consciousness or unconditional divine wisdom, love and power that the Holy Mother seeks to awaken with us can live in you. Our Lady of the Sacred Sun speaks to us of a healed masculine consciousness, the Christ awakening in men and women. This becomes possible through the love and power of the divine feminine awakened. So we need the divine feminine to bring in the healed masculine. The divine feminine holds a space for love, for acceptance of all beings, for truth and for compassion, so that a new masculinity can emerge in the modern humanity. Healed masculine consciousness is what allows us to discern and make choices and to set boundaries. It allows us to say yes or no, based on our own values, which are not blindly adopted from our family or society, but distilled from our own innermost feelings and heart wisdom. A healed divine masculine gives us the courage to live our own life and the strength that we need to honor our individuality in making choices that feel truthful for us. It enables us to understand that our divine gift of self is meant to be lived as authentically and honestly as possible. A healed divine masculine consciousness is freed from needing the approval through the popular opinion, or being liked by fulfilling the expectations or conditions that others may seek to impose. A healed divine masculine consciousness is empowered to accept and honor the self, accepting one's sexuality, individuality, and particular self with all its quirks. It can do this because it understands that the divine lives in all beings. No one is required to be the same as anyone else in order to be worthy of complete, unconditional divine love. The divine consciousness of the Christ is willing to live truthfully, even when it ruffles the feathers or shakes the foundations. It understands that truth will be preserved, even though great transformation or upheaval of change. The consciousness is willing to live truthfully, even when that means letting go of the lower vibrational relationship patterns that are based in fear or judgment, control or power. We let go of these patterns in order to open up to a new way of relating, which are based in truth, acceptance, discernment, and freedom of choice. When we are entering more deeply into this higher, oh my God, there's loads more to read. When we are entering into this higher consciousness, change happens. Sometimes this can be challenging as we are learning to let go of our fears and to trust without condition. Even if we are struggling, we must learn to focus on the light within and stay present. Sometimes that struggle is actually the ego letting go, and we are identifying with it. It can be very compelling and believable. Yet, whilst the struggle is happening, the soul is gasping and taking in the holy breath of new life. And we are thriving spiritually, more infused with holy love and power than ever before. Psychologically and physically, you are asked to place some boundaries in your life. This may require you to say no to people, places, or things that drain you, or to protect yourself thoroughly through prayer and the following healing process each and every day for a few moments before venturing into such spaces. So it's got a little healing process at the end. If you want it, let me know and I can send it to you. If you have been feeling a sense of love or feeling a sense of guidance around you, without quite being able to identify who it is on a spiritual level, then this oracle comes as confirmation that it is the living Christ, in one form or another, who is guiding you now. Open your heart to unconditional love and know that you are protected and supported spiritually in all aspects of your life. Just remember to ask for help daily. That's lovely. Oh my God. So it is that healed divine masculine through our divine feminine awakening. We can now heal the masculine. We can step away from what is expected of us and move towards what is better for us. And it kind of resonates with the other cards. There's a lot of change. Some of it's unhealthy, some of it's breaking down. We're moving into a place where things are better. We're focusing on things that are much better for us. And this move, this guidance, this boundary setting, this saying no, is because you are almost clearing the road ahead for yourself. And deciding of what road you want to be on and who you want to be on this road with. So that's lovely. I hope that helps you. I hope that resonates. I hope you can take something from it. Really interesting read. Let me just quickly, I thought, shall I do one more? I've only got a couple of minutes before this goes off. Let me just do one goddess, considering that we just had the mother card. Let's do a quick goddess. Let's blow out the old energy. Oh, one away. Rhiannon, sorceress. So this is your higher consciousness. This is the Christ consciousness. This says you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. You can see her, she's here, I think this is a Welsh goddess, and she's here on the unicorn as well, so there's a lot of unicorn energy coming in. You've got the full moon there, so it's a lot of sorcery, a lot of connection to nature, connection to this higher vibrational energies like the unicorns, the dragons. We're moving into the year of the dragon, and it's connecting to that sorceress, that manifester, that psychic type of lady. So let's see what it says quickly. A large part of my power stems from my connection to animals and nature. If you've been indoors too long, you can recapture your personal power by simply stepping outside. And we said that at the very start, isn't it? Because if all this air energy is going to be coming in, this new time of Aquarius, it's really important to connect to nature. It's going to be more important, but also it's going to be a deeper connection because it's going to be more alive, and so you'll feel a different connection to it. If you've been indoors too long, the simple motion will do you a world of good in reawakening your sleeping, magical, spiritual nature, allowing the light of the sun, the moon, and the stars to stir ancient memories that may be dormant. Recall the times of your magical abilities and then put them to use immediately for the good of the entire planet. Resume the mission that was once aborted through the misdeeds of past time leaders. Take up your spiritual arms and move with swift speed into the night, and awakening one and all to the magic that is life itself. This is a mission that must be accomplished, and you're the one who can help us with it. So the meanings are: have an absolute faith that your dream is manifested. Make a clear decision. So it did say take your time making this decision, so connect, center, make the decision. Put your energy into manifesting your dreams. Know you deserve to receive good. When you win, others win. So keep your thoughts focused on your desire and away from fear. And we had that as well. We know some stuff is unhealthy, so what can we focus on? What can we move towards too? And she's the lunar Welsh goddess, and her name means Great Queen. Thank you so much for joining me. Do leave a comment if it resonates. Do share with your friends. I'm always like to hear back from you, so you can contact me in the usual ways. They will be below as well. Like I said at the beginning, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give us a thumbs up as well. Just a little thumbs up will really, really help if you hit the like button. Bless you. Have a lovely week. Let me know if it resonates. Just helps me know if I'm on the right track and if I'm giving you what you need. Take care for now. All the best. Bye bye.